Shalom Israel. This is your brother Shammah al-Qassad, giving all thanks to the Most High Yahweh and his beloved son Yahweh Shai. Today is July 28th, 2020. And right now, just want to go over this article from, from Forbes. It says, the U.S. move closer to digital dollar. For the past couple of years, you know, you hear all this whole talk with the digital dollar, cryptocurrencies, so on and so forth. And that as time progresses, it's just showing that they're pushing more and more towards this thing where, digital currency might actually be, the way of the future. So it says um, on June 30th, 2020, the Senate Banking Committee held a hearing on the future of the digital dollar. The pressures to create a digital USD are mounting as China recently began testing its own digital currency, the DCEP, which will be included in popular applications like WeChat and Alipay. So, as you can see, China is already on the ball of testing out its own form of digital currency. Uh, you know, I guess like even they are trying to move away from the petrol yuan, you know what I'm saying, to more to more so the digital currencies. Of particular concern is widespread adoption of a digital yuan in emerging markets and in international trade. So the U.S. is basically trying to keep up with China because China's already on the ball trying to make its own currency, and the U.S. was trying to figure out how can they keep up. Let's read on. The idea of a dollar-backed digital currency gained mainstream media attention last year during the Libra Congress hearings, where Facebook introduced a new type of digital unit backed by a basket of currencies and commodities. So, that's when Facebook tried to bring out their own form of cryptocurrency. I guess it's called the Libra. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole huge thing about it last year. You know, It says, although David Marcus insisted that Libra users would not have to put their trust in Facebook and that Libra was a decentralized currency, regulators weren't buying it and expressed concern over the long-term threat to the traditional financial system. On July 9th, 2019, regulators requested a moratorium on the project. It said in December, Libra released a new roadmap proposing several digital fiat currencies deriving their values from the USD, British pounds, Swiss francs, and others, thus creating an efficiency layer on top of the current financial systems. Users will be able to access these digital currencies through a wallet installed on their phone and potentially through WhatsApp chat, and Facebook Messenger. So, the Libra keep cryptocurrency, like they're trying to move it where, they have a proposal where that not only would the currency will be backed by actual, fiat money, the American dollar, the British pound, the Swiss franc, et cetera, et cetera. They want to have it where you could use that same Libra currency, in the same way you would use, money to pay for things like Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay, so on and so forth. They're trying to set it up where instead of you spending money digitally, you know, through like Apple Pay and stuff, that you spend currency, cryptocurrency. You know what I'm saying? Libra. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Ethereum, Bitcoin, Ripple, so on and so forth, through, these same, money apps. And I said potentially through WhatsApp chat and Facebook Messenger. So they try had to have it where you could like digitally send somebody money, and it won't be through fiat, it'll be through crypto. So this lets you know, man, like they slowly but surely trying to find a way to phase out having actual money and move it all to digital. So let's read on. Distribution issues of the 1,200 COVID stimulus checks created the moratorium for the digital dollar and a more efficient financial distribution machine. It is no secret that many are still waiting for the stimulus checks, while 1.4 billion in stimulus was sent to dead people, which that right there was a whole fiasco in itself. What happened with the first stimulus checks was that some of the people that they were sending, I'm sorry, stimulus checks to was people who already passed on, and some of the folks would hit them up like, "Yo, such and such passed. Do I keep the money or not?" And the IRS was like, "Whoa, hold up, this person passed. You're gonna have to send that money back." So, ain't that a blip? Let's say, God forbid, you might have lost, a spouse this year who might have worked all the way last year, right, or the year before, and you know when the stimulus check thing came, they sent the stimulus check, for you and also for your spouse that passed. And, they find later on find out that your spouse passed away. They hitting you up telling you, yo, we're going to need that money back. To me, that was a whole abomination, man. But, that's another video for another time. Let me read back when it says, distribution issues for the 1,200 COVID stimulus checks created new moratorium for the digital dollar. To me, that's BS. Again, they've been slowly but surely pushing for the digital currency since maybe like 2015, 2016, with the advent of Bitcoin, or maybe even further than that, because they said Bitcoin been out since like 2010 or something like that. So they've been slowly but surely pushing that for the last decade or so. It's just that within the past few years is where they really start to gain some traction. And now is at the point where, you know, it's being seriously considered into being a reality. So let's read on. Most recently, Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib from Michigan and Premier Jayapal from Washington introduced a new stimulus proposal of 2,000 per month to residents through the Automatic Boost to Communities Act, ABC Act, which, listen, that's not going to see the light of day. Mitch McConnell and them, they trying to keep the second stimulus around the same amount, the same 1,200 for the first. So that's not going to see the light of day. Under the ABC Act, Congress would authorize the Federal Reserve to create Fed accounts or digital dollar account wallets, which would allow U.S. residents and businesses to access financial services through an app on their phone. Building on this momentum, the Senate Banking Committee continued the discussion of the digital dollar yesterday. Some highlights from the hearing include Senator Tom Cotton, that damn devil, stated the U.S. need a digital dollar. The U.S. dollar has to keep earning the place in the global payment system. It has to be better than Bitcoin. It has to be better than a digital yuan. And then this is that demon, Tom Cotton, that said some off shit. I think this past week, I'm gonna do a video of him, Lord willing. This is what he says. Chairman Mike Crapo from Idaho expressed concerns of regulatory oversight for stable coins. Charles Cascarilla of Paxos testified advocating for stable coins, stating that they address the antiqu- anti, sorry, antiquated plumbing of our financial system as well as financial inclusion. Blockchain based stablecoins allow everyone access. Nikita Catino, visiting assistant professor of Law Duke University, discussed the friction in the current payday cycle and the rising demand for costly advanced payment apps, which could be resolved with digital currencies. In the absence of public policy addressing open access payments and real time investments, low income and moderate income Americans will continue to have limited resources needed, whether by traditional fringe service like payday loans or some novel fringe service. Former CFTC chairman Chris Giancarlo and head of the Digital Dollar Project emphasized the social and national benefits such as increased speed, lower costs, and issues of financial inclusion. Darwin said the most adaptable survive, and I think this is true that we are transitioning to a new architecture. You hear that? To adapt to it will help bring benefits to a society at large. It is unclear how soon the digital dollar will come into existence, although increasing competition from China may push U.S. regulators needed, may be the push U.S. regulators needed. So out there, let you know, man. The U.S. is trying to keep up with China because China is already on the ball looking to, you know, testing out their form of cryptocurrency or the digital dollar, through their own forms of paying apps. Now, what we said earlier, Alipay and like something else. So the U.S. is following behind, trying to keep up. You know what I'm saying? So this right here lets you know it's only going to be a matter of time until the the USD, the fiat money, the hard paper money, the hard coins, is only going to be a matter of time until those fade away, man. So I hope you guys ready. This might be the a prelude to the mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? Which I believe is a micro trip. Because the first way that they could possibly implement that is by moving to a digital currency. And this right here is the first step. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think. Sign off in the comments. It's your brother Shamal Kassad signing off, saying shalom and watch and pray, y'all. Watch and pray. Shalom.